Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in my last video, I had said that I hadn't been around to make a video in a while, and I was going to um, make another video to discuss why. So about, actually it's 8 weeks ago today, um, it started in July, August, September. So around July, I was having some bloating. I was having to go to the bathroom all the time. I couldn't eat a lot of food. If I ate more than like a cup of food, um, I was just in so much discomfort. So, and then I realized I had a little umbilical hernia sticking out. So I'm like, okay, this is really strange. So I went to my doctor, and basically, we don't feel anything. I can send you to a surgeon and you can get a consult if it really is an umbilical hernia. I said, yeah, but I don't understand what's going on with my stomach. Why is it so bloated? Oh, maybe try some dietary changes. So, okay. In the meantime, I went to the surgeon and he's like, yep, you have an umbilical hernia. But why do you have all this bloating? And I said, well, exactly. Why do I have all this bloating? So he basically said, well, you could have irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can, deal with that and do the testing or whatever, change my diet. Not a big deal. I always kind of ate clean anyway. So anyway, in the meantime, about 2 weeks had gone by and I just still wasn't feeling better. So I went back to my doctor and I'm like, something's not right. So she finally ordered a ultrasound, abdominal ultrasound on a Friday. I went for the ultrasound, and that afternoon I got a phone call. Well, we found some, suspicious things, your liver, you may have some kidney stones. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So they set me up for a CT scan with contrast the following Tuesday, because that Monday was a holiday, the end of the summer. And that was on a Tuesday. Wednesday, I got the results. And I didn't hear anything from my doctor. And I'm reading the results of the CT scan, and it's saying some pretty scary things. I'm trying not to get emotional here. So I called my doctor and I'm waiting for them to get back to me. In the meantime, I called the general surgeon, and finally my doctor called me back the next day, Thursday. You have cancer. You have stomach cancer, not stomach cancer. You have cancer in your stomach. Your ovaries enlarged. You have fluid in your belly. We found some suspicious nodules in your lung. You have fluid on your lungs. I'm like, this is like, oh my God, like what's going on? She's like, you need to go to the hospital. You need to get admitted today. They need to try to tap the fluid from your belly. So I get admitted, and basically, I have stage 4 ovarian cancer. So this is a really hard video for me to make, but I think because ovarian cancer is not tested for unless you have like a direct, you know, family member, your mom, grandmom or whatever that had ovarian cancer, you'd obviously get tested for ovarian cancer, but I don't have that in my family. And I had all the gene testing, and this is not gene related. This is environmental. So this is my shout out to anyone out there who thinks something's wrong. Go to your doctor, be your own advocate, ask for testing, ask for blood testing. And one of the most important blood tests I found for ovarian cancer is what's called CA-125. Mine is like through the roof. So that was 8 weeks ago. I'm already on my third chemo treatment. This is how fast everything has gone. I do my third chemo treatment November 9th, which is tomorrow. So depending on when you're watching this video, November 9th, 2023 will be chemo number 3. And I've gotten the question, well, why haven't you had surgery? Well, because this cancer is spread throughout my omentum. And yes, they did find some suspicious findings on my lung, and I had fluid in my belly, which is called ascites. It's just been a lot. So I go for my third chemo treatment, like I said, tomorrow. In the meantime, in 2 weeks, I keep looking to the side because I'm looking at my calendar. In 2 weeks, I go for another CT scan with contrast to see if the chemo was shrunk down the cancer enough for me to have a full, what they call debulking surgery. So they take everything out, uterus, fallopian tubes. It's a full hysterectomy. And then they even take out your omentum, which is the lining of your stomach. It's like the apron part that protects your organs. So that's where we are. So while going through this, I thought it was really important to make this video because when I found out I had ovarian cancer and I was starting chemo literally like 6 days later, what do I need? What's going to happen? What do I have to bring with me? And I don't want to say luckily, but fortunately, my cousin, I shouldn't say that word. It's not fortunately, unfortunately, my cousin and a friend, good friend of mine, both in their mid to late 30s, had breast cancer. And granted, the chemo medication's different with ovarian cancer. I'm doing 2 really powerful chemo infusions, Carbol and Taxol. But regardless, they kind of gave me a list of things that I needed to bring with me. And thank God, if I didn't have those things, I don't know. I mean, I would have been okay, but these things are kind of lifesavers. So I'm making this video and I'm actually going to talk about all the different things. And you don't have to get everything, but I'm going to tell you the things that you should bring with you to chemo. Because for me, I go there at like say 9 o'clock in the morning and I'm there till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a long, long day. So if you're not comfortable, if you're not feeling well, if you're hungry, if you're thirsty, I'm just going to give you some ideas of what you can bring with you to kind of make the day a little bit more tolerable. So let's talk about these items that I think are super important for cancer treatment when you go in for chemotherapy. And the last thing I'll say about ovarian cancer is if you are diagnosed with ovarian cancer, do not go on Google. The percentages and survival rates are so all over the place. I immediately joined a support group. And what I'm finding is when they find ovarian cancer, it's usually stage 3 or 4. It's advanced. And if you Google the survival rate of ovarian cancer stage 4, it's, like a year. But in this support group, I'm meeting so many women who have been living and surviving for, 3, 5, 8, 12, 20 years. So I think it all depends on the treatment you're getting, the kind of chemo you're getting, how you are physically. I'm trying to stay active. I'm trying to walk every day. I mean, I can't do the things that I've always loved to do, like going to the gym every day. I can't do that. You have to be careful. Getting the chemo not only kills cancer cells, but it kills healthy cells, white blood cells, which protect you from infection. So I'm trying to do everything to stay as healthy as possible, eating a lot of protein, not eating a lot of shit. So, try to stay off Google, get a good oncologist and support group, ask questions, bring a notebook. Actually, one of the things I have is a notebook. You have to write things down, start a binder. There's so much paperwork that you're going to start accumulating. So if you have specific questions, please put them in the comments below and I'll make a follow-up to this video. But right now I'm going to move on to what I think is super important to bring with you to your chemo treatment to make you feel a little bit more comfortable. So let's start with the first one. So the first thing I know for me, I wasn't sure how the medication was going to make me feel. And, they do give you a bunch of pre-medications, nausea, anti-nausea medications, steroids, etc. But my cousin told me bring anti-nausea acupressure wristbands, and everything that I'm showing you guys, you can get right on Amazon. And I also will put all the links down in the description below. I had to search for some of these when my cousin told me, and I ordered a couple of the wrong things. So anyway, I brought this motion sickness and morning sickness. I did wear it. I don't know if it's helping me or not. I'm afraid not to wear it. But I do wear it during my chemo. I don't feel nauseous. But I guess maybe it's all in my head. So let's talk about cold packs. Why do you need cold packs for your hands and your feet? So what happens with chemo, again, not only does chemo kill cancer cells, but it kills good cells. And what happens is you can start to develop neuropathy in your hands and your feet. My facility has these hand packs, but I didn't like them. They were way too big on my feet. They kept falling off. And for me, I have to wear the cold feet packs and the hand packs for 3.5 hours. So I just found them super uncomfortable. My hands were like freezing. I had to keep taking them off to, make sure I wasn't getting frostbite. I mean, they work great, but they were just way too big. So my cousin told me to get these hand ice packs, and they come with the reusable inserts. But if they have them at your facility, ask them if you can just pop these in their freezer so you can switch them out. The next item that I also found super helpful was the cold therapy socks. Again, these slip on, the ones that I had at the facility would literally just slip on the top of my feet. So they kept falling off. So these fit, and you can slide the inserts that you, put in the freezer, because they come with the inserts and they slip into the sock and they stay. So again, I just bring them in. I asked if I can put them in their freezer, and they let me use their freezer. The next item is obviously some kind of lunch bag. You're going to be there all day, and you need to bring food. Now, my facility brings like snacks, Cheez-Its, goldfish. They have coffee, bottled water. They have like protein, bars and stuff like that. And then they have kind of the basic, turkey sandwich on white bread. So none of that stuff appealed to me. Again, I'm there all day, so I needed to bring food, and I like to bring my own food. Next item is a tote bag. You need to be able to carry everything, whether you have a blanket, your lunch bag. I have an iPad, so I brought my iPad with me. Disposable socks. That's another thing. I don't have this on the list, but get yourself the cheap disposable fluffy socks with the skid pattern on the bottom of them, because you don't want to wear shoes while you're having chemo all day for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. You wear those, you can go to the bathroom, you can walk around, and then when you're done, you throw them in the garbage. I mean, genius. And it was amazing. So just a little sidebar on that. But you need something to carry everything. I have a more expensive bag. I have this big leather bag from Consela, Consela. They have fabulous bags for you to carry everything, because you need to put everything in one bag. Is sleep mask. Again, when I'm getting chemo, I like to watch a movie. I like to listen to music. I like to listen to podcasts. And for me, at my facility, I'm in my own little pod, so I don't have anyone around me. So, and they actually will turn the lights off if you want, so you can actually take a nap. But there is motion, there are windows, people coming in and out. So I grabbed a couple of sleep masks, and I found this super helpful just to help me relax. So that was, this was an easy thing for me to just throw in my bag. The next item is some kind of stainless steel water bottle. You can bring your regular water bottle with you, but if you drink all your water, again, my facility hands out water, bottled water. I tend to like it in a cold flask, so it keeps it, cold. The next thing I found super important is protein powder, protein pancakes, anything protein. The thing with chemo killing the good blood cells is your white blood cell count goes down. And the one thing to raise your your white blood cell count, is with a lot of protein. So I found having protein shake in the morning, and I would bring, a protein shake, little container with me, and I would have that, later in the day if I didn't eat for whatever reason, because I didn't want to be starving at the end of the day. So organic protein powder, this is the best. So you need some kind of protein powder. The next item is a head covering. Now I am, sorry, this is like acting wonky. I'm doing what they called cold cap therapy. So I actually still have hair. Well, real thing. It's shedding. I'm sorry, shedding. So I have long, beautiful blonde hair, and I've lost about 70% of my hair. I'm on the East Coast. It's already cold here. I'm not shaving my head. So these head coverings for sleeping at night are a lifesaver. If you are going out and about, I found these are so cute. I bought I bought these here. I have the light one and the dark one. I just found these super pretty. For running around doing errands, to go out with. Excuse me. But they have all different patterns. Oh, these are actually pretty. So you need something to cover your head. Oh, this is new. I didn't see this. I'm gonna have to add this to my cart. I love that, this camo one. So again, it's, depending on where you live, and if you're a baldy person and you can get away with it, I can't. I don't have a head for a bald head. My ears are too big, and I just think I look ridiculous. And losing your hair is traumatic. It's horrible. If they say, oh, it's just going to grow back. No, my hair was below my shoulders. It's going to take years for my hair to grow back. And I just, you need to be able to figure out how you're going to deal with it. But it's just, I don't want to talk about it too much because I'll get emotional. It's crushing. These beautiful head wraps, they're super soft. They are cotton. Again, I like cotton. And they just look really, really pretty on. So that is a must. If you are an essential oil type of person and you need some kind of way to make you feel better, lavender is amazing. You can pick this up, you can put it on something, you can put it in your hair, your skin, smell it, but this lavender is wonderful. Next item is a journal, some kind of grateful journal. And you also will need a regular notebook because you're going to be taking down a lot of notes, meeting a lot of doctors, a lot of people, and you need to write this stuff down. Don't go into an appointment and think you can remember everything. You can't. Thankfully, I had my sister with me, and she had her own notebook. Next important item is a plush throw blanket. Now, they do have blankets at your facility, but I wanted a nice thick throw blanket. So my sister got me this one. It's super cute. It's so comfortable, and it keeps me warm, especially with the cold therapy cap, cold feet, cold hands. And this is just so squishy and comfortable, and you get wrapped up in it. which leads me to the heated vest. Now, again, I'm doing the cold cap therapy where they freeze your hair follicles. So I'm freezing in my head. I have the cold packs on my hands, cold packs on my feet, and I was shivering so bad the first time that I went that I was like, oh my God, they actually thought I was getting a fever. So I had like 3 blankets on me, and it took me almost like 45 minutes to kind of get my temperature back up. Thankfully, my cousin had this heated vest with a battery pack, and she was just amazing enough to let me borrow it. I used it on my last treatment, and it is a lifesaver. You don't have to plug it in. It's a battery pack. I put it on kind of halfway through. Perfect. Next item is a coloring book if you like to color. Depending how long you're going to be at chemo, you're going to be there for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. You're probably going to get bored. So I love the mandalas, the stress relieving books for adults. This one is one of my favorites. I just like it. So I have this. And then of course with that, you're going to need markers. So these are great markers. You can throw them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in your tote bag, and you have them if you want them. That's why you need a nice big tote bag, because you can just bring whatever you want and you don't have to worry about anything being left at home. I wish I brought it. At least you have it in case you do want it. Next item. I am fortunate enough to still have my eyebrows and my eyelashes. Some people lose them quicker than others. Some people say you lose them later. I don't know. I've heard different statistics and, when you lose them, when you don't lose them. The other thing I've been doing, I didn't put it in the list. I can try to find it before I log off, is castor oil. I put castor oil on my eyebrows and my eyelashes every single day. Is that why I'm not losing it? I don't know, but I'm doing it, and we'll see what happens. I have 2 different brow pencils here. This one, I'm an It Cosmetics Brow Power Eyebrow Pencil girl. I always have been. This one I know is more expensive. It's $26, but it lasts forever. And this is all that I use. So, if you do lose your eyebrows, it's just, you need eyebrows. So I have this It Cosmetics. And if you don't want to spend that money, I suggest the Maybelline New York Brow Ultra Slim Defining Eyebrow Pencil. My cousin told me to get this one. Again, I'm a It Girls, but this one's only $8. And if you subscribe, I guess you get 20% off. But I wanted to have 2 options. You're going to need something for your brows. So if you're an eyebrow pencil girl like me, this is perfect. If you're not an eyebrow pencil girl and you lose all of your eyebrows, my cousin suggested that I pick this up. I haven't yet, but it's the eyebrow stencil and eyebrow pencil, and you get these reusable eyebrow templates. I've looked this up on YouTube. It looks like it works fairly well. I can't say I have and used everything else, but this I haven't. So you get it, see if you like it. But apparently it works great. So that's my suggestion for your eyebrows. The next thing I want to talk about is your nails. As I've been telling you, chemo not only attacks your cancer cells, but it also attacks your good cells, which means it breaks. So these are you're going to get a list of side effects. Another side effect is your nails will crack and break, and some people actually lose their nails. I have nail polish on. I've heard people say you shouldn't wear nail polish. It's fine. What I think you should not do is go get gel nails in a salon. Same thing with a pedicure. You don't want to take a chance of getting an infection. So I'm using the quick dry or insta dry nail polish. It works fantastic. And then I just put the OPI. This is the top coat. This is, yep, just plain top coat underneath. But before I do that, I put this nail strengthener on. And so far, my nails are softer. And I do notice if it catches on something, it will pull really easily. So I keep my nails super short so I don't break them far down. I don't want to lose my nails on top of everything else, my hair and my eyebrows and my eyelashes. So this is what I'm doing. The last thing I want to talk about is I'm going to be having a major surgery, abdominal surgery. I don't want to sleep in a recliner. I found this on Amazon. I have not purchased it yet, but I am going to be getting it. I want to be able to sleep in my own bed. And this 4-piece set, you can sit up in bed, you can sleep, sitting up, you can be reclined. It comes with all these different things that you can use for your back to sit you up under your knees. So I am getting this. I don't want to sleep in a recliner. I want to sleep in my own bed. So this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. I am going to make another video about items that you should get for after chemo, because after chemo, there's still healing to do, right? And you're still going to need things. I'm not there yet. However, I have already gotten a list from my cousin and my friend of items that I should get. So I hope this was helpful. I know for me, I was like, oh my God, I need to get all this stuff. People are going to be asking you, what can I get you? What can I do? What can I bring you? Ask them to get you these things from Amazon. I'm telling you, it's not fun. It's grueling, right? So if you can just have a few things that you can take with you to make your life a little bit easier and more tolerable during chemo, I say, hey, like my sister got me this. Get me this throw pillow from Amazon. Oh my God. Perfect, right? So this is my suggestion with the holidays coming up. Tell them you need a little present. This is what you need, and you'll get what you need and be comfortable for chemo. If you guys have any questions, please comment below, and I will try to answer them the best I can. And get yourself checked. If you have something going on in your body, go to your doctor. Be your own advocate. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.